Hello, welcome back. I'm sure you enjoyed that little break while I was trying to fix this warning in the error message in command prompt, which I will show you now what mistakes I did. Okay, I declared without a void in the function. That's the first mistake. Then that would be as void as well. So that's a hard file. Then has to be typecasted there with ENT32D and space. Being a starting stack, we don't need that attribute. Okay, now we got to specify the address. Space. Copy this for the hard fault as well. Control C, Control V, and default handlers. It runs that. So I'll save now the program, and let's see if this is happy now. My handler alias to undefined symbol default handler. Undefined symbol as default handler. I think it's default underscore handler. Default handler. What did I use? Yeah. Sorry. I got to. Because it didn't know when the startup file calls for the function, and it screams at me, hey, you create a default underscore handler, a different function name, and here you given us a different function name. So I'm sure you were all screaming there, hey, go and change and match the name. So at least we saw that now and saved it and run. So this should make it happy. So now it's compiled, no errors, it's happy. So I'm going to see the directory to see what it has created. Okay, and now let's analyze the startup code that we have written and see. Now the new section is introduced, the one we just created through the program. Now ISR vector is there. So if you see that before, sorry, clear. Yeah, if you see that before when we started the startup code, the section is in there. Now through the code, now you learned how to write your own section and how you create it and how you can dissect it. So I just wanted to show this so that you can write your own section and you can dissect it. And this is the result, ISR underscore vector. So now it's created successfully, and as you can see, the file that you run there, you saved it in the command prompt with the help of the tool chain. It made you to create that new section, and you got that new section here. So this is the starter file. You created the vector table in the microcontroller, and you initializes the .data and .bss sections in the SRAM and call main. So the function attribute, inside the function attribute, the purpose to use weak is to override already defined weak function. So we can overwrite it and we can use the same function name as default header all over. So that's the purpose of this. And the alias gives a programmer to give the name of the function. So you can give a different name, like instead of name. So that's why alias is. So far what we learned today we learned to install the GNU tool chain, and we created a new program not by using an IDE, whereas we compiled that program in the command prompt and we dissected into creating different sections, and we learned about what all the different sections are. And also we learned to write our own startup code. So you created that ISR underscore vector and you created that into the section. So before folding out, I will get into the IDE and show you um, one example with the startup code that it already has. For example, this one. If I go to startup code on this, so this is the startup code we have written for start. So we created the .cpu and we created that thumb because we specified our target to Cortex M4 through this Cortex M4 and thumb through these two line MC Cortex M4 and M thumb. So that's what the STM32 generates by itself, and then it creates and sets all the vector table and the default handlers, and it also has the instruction start address and the start of data and the end of data, the start of BSS section and the end of BSS section. This is all inside the linker script, so which you will learn in the next section. So this is how the generated session is, and then as you see how the vector table placements are, the first session is the reset handler, and first the reset handler has to initialize in the E stack, and it creates the stack pointer. It sets the stack pointer and it reinitializes the function. So this is the reinitialization of the function. Then the flash memory is copying the data to move to RAM memory. So that's the process that happens here. Copy data, load copy data, and then in the BSS file you have to generate to reinitialize to 0. That's what this part does. And then the default handler, and then the various vectors that we learned. So the STM32F411 has 15 exceptions and 82 interrupt requests. So first you have to start with saying to initialize the stack pointer with the main stack pointer, and then this is the reset handler. You get this from the vector table in your reference manual. So if you go, this is where the reference reserved for stack pointer and then the reset, and you see the NMI hard fault mem manage. So likewise STM generates automatically, so you can still use it and you don't have to modify this. You can still use this and you can write your code. So this is by compiler, they generate itself. So I showed you how to create your own startup file. So the main purpose of the startup file is to allocate space in RAM. That's why you need a startup file. So these are the things that we learned. I hope it is a much useful session for you, and you learn the importance of the startup file. So now you can be confident in the interview or when you land up in the first job. If your senior engineer comes and asks you, hey, can you help me with the startup code, startup file, then yes, you can open up your collar and you can tell, yeah, I can write that for you, sir. So you can start generating and you create that first impression in the team. So there you go. As I said, you have to side by side, you need to develop your mind as well when you develop your skill set. So today mindset lesson I'm going to give you is, if you don't fill your day with high priority actions, then it will be automatically set focus to low priority distractions. In other words, if you don't plan your day to do your tasks, to finish the tasks, important tasks that on your daily activities, you will end up wasting the time. For example, spending time in social media, you get into Facebook and see what everyone else is doing. But your main goal is you are learning here and you need to become a professional engineer and you need to get that job. That's your main goal. So that has to be your high priority. All those Facebook, the other social media can wait. Once you get the job, then you can go and look. But this is the time for you to learn and get all the details and collect that together. And the second point I would like to mention here is there is two different mindsets. So growth mindset versus going nowhere mindset. The growth mindset is, if you happen to fail sometimes, your mind generally looks for all the improvements to make it success, or in other words, it keeps looking for the ways that you can use the format to get it to a success mode. So that's one mindset. Whereas going nowhere mindset simply blames their tools, their computer, simply complains about the other people work because they didn't do their job, so therefore I can't do it. So they simply cast their fingers at different people and different system rather than taking it on them, finding a solution and move on to get to that success path. So success loves speed. So when you want to implement, so you got to learn now and get all the details so that you will be job ready and you can successfully pass the interview and get the job. So success and speed goes hand in hand. And please don't forget your involvement. This is for everyone to catch up and motivate each other. So write your top 10 goals and write your top 10 ideas to achieve that goals. And please spend at least 30 minutes to do your exercise. That will get you 2 points. Please spend 15 minutes to meditate and pray, and 10 minutes to visualize of achieving the goals, and spend 10 minutes to do your daily plan activities for rest of the day and for tomorrow and the day after. And 2 hours learning gets 2 points. Please post your achievements. I'll be checking in the face groups just to see how committed you are and how your learning is going through. And also the other your fellow colleagues, they will look at this and they will be motivated and they will try to follow up with you. This more combo internship coming up your way. I didn't want to cram everything inside, so already you learned the beginner days course. Now we are in the intermediate section where there are more in-depth concepts that you're going to learn, and then there is the advanced option. So if you want to learn the whole Cortex M4 series, you got to invest and buy all the three, and you will get as a whole package and you will get all the information that you're after in terms of Cortex M4. And also please stay tuned for further more with us, and these are all the courses you will get to learn, and you will be the first person to get the information from us. So tune into with us and you will get to learn and collect more skills collectively from us. Once again, I thank you so much to each and every one of you coming to this session and learning today about the startup file. Thank you so much for your patience, and please go and have that lovely break from this screen and have a great and productive and fruitful day. This is Arul and I am signing off on behalf of A2Digi. This is Arul and Bukarsu. It's Huru for now. I'll catch you at the next session. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Catch you.